All right, so this is a pretty crazy one. Have you seen the video going around of the cops' steamy squad car session?
No.
All right, so a Maryland police officer is caught on video kissing a woman outside of his car and then both of them going into the back of the car together.
Okay.
It sounds like a setup, right?
Yeah.
It totally sounds like a setup to me because, like, this image is so perfect here. And
So did he pull her over?
no, she walks up to him.
Is that an adult woman?
Yep, that is an adult woman. And apparently they were in the back of that cop car for like 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
But here's the thing. Here's the kicker, okay? So, one, the cop's on duty. And if by chance he wasn't on duty, he's in uniform and he has a cop car. And I understand some cops take their cars home. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't be doing this in your cop uniform and vehicle. You're a representation of that police force, okay? And he is suspended pending this investigation, which I just got to hats off to the police department that suspended him while the investigation was going on. So many times we see cops that are allowed to still work while the investigation is going on. And in my opinion, that should never, ever, ever, ever happen. Just pay them and take away their badge, dude. Do not let them out on the street while that kind of stress and everything is going on.
If it's anything sexual or like
anything.
harm.
No, anything.
What do you mean anything?
Any investigation. If there's an investigation going on into a cop because they believe that they did something the wrong way or something's going on, they should not be on the street. I don't care what it's about. I don't care if it's sexual. I don't care if it's harm. I don't care if it's abuse. Like, no, period. Take away the badge so it can't escalate, so that their stress of that investigation can't come out on victims or people being pulled over. Okay, but it just
concerns me a little that if they do it for anything, that will make them less likely to investigate police officers.
I don't see why, because the general public holds police officers accountable. We have video cameras, we have all this stuff. I don't think so. But that's just my opinion.
Because you're taking cops off the street, and some places might already have a shortage of
Then they need
officers.
to backfill officers, like any job out there. Like, just because you have those struggles that every other business in America has doesn't make it okay. Like, that's not our problem as a general public. But the fact that we have these police officers that have committed horrible crimes and they're out on the street while it's being investigated is not okay. So, like, I think this police department did something phenomenal, and I don't know if they did that just because there's video evidence of this, but like, dude, cops need to do better. Now, I'm happy that it's this and not abusing or physically beating or harming someone, but it's still not okay, dude.
It's not.
Not okay at all. And there's kids. You hear kids in the background. Kids in the background, and they went into the back of his car to do something sexual. That is a ticket. If you guys were doing something with your partner in the back of your car at a park, you would be a predator forever. You would get charged with a ticket the same as some guy would for peeing in the woods near children. I don't know if I agree with that charge, but you would. So there's no reason why this cop shouldn't get it, in my opinion.
Agree.
And that video is viral. So again, I don't know if this was a setup. When I watch this video, that's the first thing that comes to mind was, did the person with the camera and that girl set that cop up, went up to the officer and just seduced him?
Oh, well, he shouldn't have done it.
That's how I feel too.
I don't care if he got set up. He chose to do it. He could have said no. Nobody forced him.
I feel exactly the same
What city
way.
did this happen in?
Prince George's County, Maryland. Cop was suspended over a viral video allegedly showing him kissing a woman before the pair went into the back of the patrol car. They were there for roughly 45 minutes before they went their separate ways. The girl got in a car and left. He got in his car and left. So, God, man, so dumb. Like,
super dumb.
So dumb. Cops need to do better. I don't understand why all police aren't on high alert right now.
I know.
With the distrust of the general public, you know?
I know. To make a mistake that stupid out in the open, I mean, he's just clearly too stupid to be a cop, so.
I agree. If you can't control yourself over, like, a sexual element, come on.
You shouldn't be in a position of authority.
You shouldn't.
No. Absolutely not.
No, and he put himself in such a bad position, too, because while it looks like she's going willingly, I could also see how a court could look at this and be like, look, his arm's around him and he's guiding her like he was abusing his power over her. Like, he just put himself in the worst situation.
Yeah, because you're a police officer with a uniform on in a police car. You're already in a position of authority over literally everybody around you. And then you're guiding this girl into a car.
I agree.
So absolutely, it could be looked at it that way, that he's abusing his power.
Yep. And what sucks is, you know, this guy has a wife and kids, and the wife came out with a statement, and, you know, there's been speculation online and rumors saying that the wife has known he's been sleeping around on her for years. We have no idea if these things are true, you guys. This is just what's in the article. But she said that, you know, this is a really tough time for her and her kids.
Course.
And this guy making a decision like this that's going to put his family in jeopardy is horrible.
Disgusting.
Not to mention just his career. You know what I mean? So I'm curious what you guys think. I think cops just need to do better.
I mean, yeah, overall they do. This isn't typically what you think of when you think of that. I mean, I guess it's a little better that he wasn't pulling her over and, like, exchanged favors. But who knows? Maybe he was, and she was paying that back at a later date.
I agree.
Maybe it was a favor to not get in trouble. Who knows?
Who knows what
the real details behind it? Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad they're investigating it. I'm glad that somebody caught it on camera.
Yeah, and I just think as a police officer, if you're in that car or you have a uniform on or even just regular clothes with a badge on your hip, you need to be representing yourself like you would in front of, you know, the senator for your state, your boss. So I just think that cops overall need to do better. Now, in this same article, it also talks a little bit about this guy's past, and you never know what's 100% real. I don't have the details on this, you guys, but it sounds like in 2015, he at least got charged with child abuse for spanking his girlfriend's 3-year-old. So I don't know the details on that. I don't know if the girlfriend was okay with spanking or if it was a situation where he spanked the 3-year-old because that's how he feels like kids should be raised and the mother didn't agree with that. Like, I don't know any of those details, but it says here in 2015 he got charged with that. It also says that he was suspended again in May after an accusation of domestic abuse. Again, accusation and charges. I don't see anything stating here it is 100%. He was convicted of these things, so take that with a grain of salt. But it does paint an interesting picture for a police officer because I've known a ton of cops that don't have anything like this.
Well, and it's multiple accusations of abuse, of domestic violence, which even if he wasn't convicted of both, for there to be multiple that you were accused of, it doesn't look good.
Makes me think something's there.
Something's up, yeah.
Makes me feel like something's there.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what you guys think. I know that you guys have left comments before in hearing about our take on police and people that are in the public eye. Like, dude, law enforcement is a public servant, in my opinion. So they need to be able to be scrutinized in these situations here. And this doesn't look good. And this is not something that I personally want to see from my police officers and public servants in my country, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like accountability and scrutiny is a good thing. I don't know why people either are overly critical of the police or don't want to criticize them at all. Like,
Right.
there's a healthy balance here.
Yeah.
And we absolutely should be critical of our elected officials, non-elected officials, public servants,
Agreed.
or else they're able to just do whatever they want.
Yep.
And we don't want that. They're humans. They make mistakes. They have flaws. There's flaws in the systems, like not enough training. We need to be able to call those things out, or else they won't ever be fixed,
Yep.
and nobody will ever be held accountable. So
Power's addictive, so the general public being able to scrutinize and hold our public servants accountable helps reduce some of that.
That's the basis our country was founded on.
I agree. I agree.
So for anybody who doesn't agree with that, that's not very American.
I
just saying.
agree.
Like, that is the
Agreed.
basis of America.
Yep.
Is to not have a tyrannical government. Have a government we can call out.
Yep, agreed.
Freedom of speech.
I agree.
Freedom of press. Like, these things are American values. I don't...
Yep. But let us know what you think. And